Alright guys, so today we're going to work on the handle for the hatchet. So, never done this before. I did a little research. I know you're supposed to get fairly straight grain. And that right there was as straight as I could find it at the wood store. So, with this small hatchet, I can't remember, I think it was Liam Hoffman who did a little thing about 45 degree grain, and he was saying that it was a really tough grain orientation too. So I think with this being the way it is, it'll make a really tough handle, especially for just an axe or a hatchet this size. So we've got 14 inches here. So what I'm going to do first to try and get the eye oriented right is put it on there and take some spray paint. I don't know if you can see, just take some spray paint. Well, that didn't work. That just made a mess. Alright guys, so I got some black spray paint this time. That stuff was really old. That's one reason I was using it. So let's see if we can't get this to lightly mist inside there like the way I wanted it. Alright, I think that worked out. So that gives me somewhat of a rough estimate to try and work down to. So what I'm going to do is take this over to my bandsaw, come down, I don't know, a couple inches to, you know, somewhere on this part that's not painted. I'm going to come down in there. That way I can refine it with a rasp and stuff and get as much of a tight fit as I can. Alright guys, so as you can see I got it cut down. I'm just going to take maybe some chisels and some rasps and get that closer. I'm not going to pull you along for the whole thing because I'm sure it's kind of boring, but I'll bring you back when I've got it closer to a tight fit. Alright guys, so I'll just show you kind of what I'm doing here. I'm going with the file or rasp. I've got it somewhat down to the shape right here, and I'm just test fitting it each time, and when this gets curled up a lot here, I take the rasp and kind of shave it down to that, and I'll work it all the way down to here. I may need to go a little bit farther than this, but we'll see once we get there. But just a quick update on how it's coming along. Alright guys, so once I get it all rasped off, I take it and I just and I don't let it work up too much because I don't want it to start splitting. So I got a good curl there, some there in the back, and a little bit on this side. So I just work it back off. Once I get it worked back off, I just take the rasp and rasp that off. Alright guys, so there it is all the way down on there. I feel comfortable now. I'm going to draw some center lines and see if I can't get the rest of the handle somewhat roughed out. We'll probably still have it to where I can drive this down on there a little bit more. We'll work with this on down just a little bit. But so far I think it's looking pretty good. Guys, so I got the hold on. Oh, sorry, I thought my phone was ringing. I got the handle somewhat roughed out. As I'm working it, I'll kind of see how it feels in the hand and everything. I didn't want to get too crazy with it because this is my first time, so I'm going to dip it in here, bring it back out, and kind of bring it and swell it out here. And then on the back, I'll probably dip just a little bit down in here. But I mean, then it slopes off here. So, and when I'm doing this profile, I'll leave this as the palm swell. So, but there it is so far, guys. I'm going to continue roughing it out, and we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so between some rasp and the belt sander, I got it pretty much the shape I want. It's not really traditional in a sense, but it feels good in the hand. You can hold it back here for some heavy chopping and up here for some fine stuff. I think it feels real good in the hand, so I'm going to do some hand sanding, then we'll fire the forge up and get the blade heat treated. I think I just made it work. Alright guys, so there it is. Pretty much all hand sanded down. We're going to get the torch and char it, but not at the moment. We'll do that probably once the head's on. But here this is. I'm going to get the forge fired up, and we will get to heat treating the head.